Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I got
yeah. Moving on. More sad news that broke out last week was about the death of Rich Homie Quan,
Mm.
you. Oh
Atlanta
yeah.
rapper Rich Homie Quan, who died in Georgia. Um, and the autopsy has been done, but the results won't be released until later. Rich Homie Quan was, of course, an Atlanta native who was instrumental in that post Outcast Atlanta sound, or ATLian sound, I should say. And with him and Thug and all those, yeah, he had a number of hits. Everybody know Type of Way, yeah, Lifestyle I just mentioned, are the two biggest ones that come to mind immediately. Um, but yeah, man. What did you guys hear the 911 call? Because there's some conversation was bubbling around that. Number one, TMZ, of course, I think they're the ones that leaked it. But
Of course.
what I was hearing was that people were um it was about the woman that called it. So called it in, his girlfriend. Did any of you guys hear it at all?
Mm-mm.
I saw it leaking around, but I
Mm.
didn't listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they were saying that she didn't sound concerned at all. She was just
Hmm.
speaking like very matter of factly, like playing was just, yeah, he's sitting here, he's laying unresponsive, he was asleep. He didn't come upstairs to bed, so I came downstairs, I saw him laying here, I put a blanket over him, I left, dropped the kids off, came back, and then that's what she said. She checked him and she said it doesn't have a pulse, his heart isn't beating. And then, at that point, she started to get emotional. And my wife was the one was telling me about it. And I was like, well, I don't understand the controversy around it. But I was like, well, maybe she's in shock. And, they were like, nah, it didn't sound like shock, but, who knows? But there was definitely a discussion happening among people about like how she was reacting to it, but people grieve in different ways. So I just, yeah, I was wondering if you guys had heard that at all, but apparently the answer is no. So anyway, what did you guys think when you guys heard the news about that?
Just when I saw his age, I was just like, damn, man, like is like in the last maybe 5 or 6 years, the black men that we just been losing at a young age is just crazy. So yeah, seeing that I was like, damn, 34. I didn't know he was. I mean, I know he was
33, I
younger.
think is what they're saying.
33. Yeah,
No,
I
I
don't
think
know
it is
why.
34.
Oh, I thought he was like I mean, even a little bit older still, but I didn't think he was that young. But yeah, it's just unfortunate, man. It's just so unfortunate. And you said they haven't found out the cause of death.
No, they're saying it's 33. But no,
I
not
thought it
yet.
was. I thought it was drugs. If I mean, yeah, I thought it was like
Yeah.
a bad pill or something like that. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's been developed another developed story, but the
Mhm.
first thing I heard was that it was
It's
like a
34.
bad pill or something like
Damn.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the same thing, that it was more than likely a drug overdose. Because I mean, he's talked in the past about his addiction issues, so it wouldn't. And the way that the call, I didn't listen to it. The way the call was described and what she said she saw, it sounds like a drug overdose. I mean, someone foaming at the mouth and all that.
Mm.
Yeah, it sounds like drugs.
And she was
So
probably trying to be discreet about what was going on due to like, charges or anything like that. I can see her kind of trying to be very, very cautious with her words and what she's saying.
And he
I
was 33 real quick. He was born October 4th, 1990. So yeah, anyway.
damn. God,
Oh, okay. So yeah.
birthday, that sucks. Yeah, but I think people judging how she's responding to someone dying, it's psycho behavior. Why are y'all doing that?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? She just found her boyfriend dead.
Right.
And y'all are seriously making Twitter posts about, oh, she sounds this way and she sounds that way. Like, what are y'all doing, man?
Yeah, people had this thing in their head about how she's supposed to act.
Right, because they watch movies. They see, you know, they think everybody's supposed to drop to their knees and go, no!
No, Jesus, please take me, Lord. Take me.
Damn. Like, no, people react differently because we've never been in that situation. I've never found a loved one dead. I don't know how you're supposed to behave. Like, y'all are being weird, man. Leave her alone.
The way we receive the news is irritating nowadays. You ask Ken about like what we think when we saw it. There's this thing that happens before you get an official report where you see everywhere it can't be true. Oh my God, Rich Homie Quan, or people just post stuff and you're like, did something really happen, or are people just running with just something that they seen that's a rumor, and then you finally get confirmation. So it's this whole, I think, additional cycle that's added from what we used to have. Like, you usually would just see it on the news when we were coming up, and I may sound like an old man now, but it's so much different because you don't want to invest in it because you don't know, is this true? Like somebody just bullshitting around online, and then you finally get confirmation, and then it kind of hits harder for people, I think.
I feel that.
Yeah. He had legal troubles because he was like damn near at the peak, and then he had this whole lawsuit thing that he couldn't put out music and all kind of other stuff was going on. So but he had turned it around. I read that he got into the real estate game, man, and was killing it. Like without even dropping music. So he was still doing his thing, and yeah, like Mike said, he did talk about his drug addiction and just dealing with issues just in general. In one interview I saw floating around online, like he was talking about that, like how he was at his peak and then all of it just stopped. And he said that's a lot to deal with when you have to go through something like that, and emotionally it was tough and draining. So yeah, so it was a thing. I will say, where you got surprised by the amount of people that were showing him love. I didn't, because I know he had that one hit, well, 2 hits, but there was a massive outpouring of love and for Rich Homie Quan that I was a little shocked to see, and even with the news coverage, it was covered damn near everywhere.
Yeah, I think he had been in the public eye a little bit more. Like, I know he did a performance on 85 South show, and that was like on Netflix. And like I said, he had a pretty decent run here in Atlanta, and I think his name was just known, like because of that popularity. So even if he wasn't, huh?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, it's cool. I was just saying, even though like, he may not have anything popular out right now. I mean, I think those songs were big enough to stick with people. And like, oh yeah, I remember Rich Homie Quan. Dang, that sucks. Because I was like that. I didn't, I wasn't a big Rich Homie Quan fan, but I couldn't ignore his hits that were, playing everywhere. So when you see his name, it's like, oh snap, Rich Homie Quan. Dang, that's messed up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think Rod hit it on the head. The popularity of lifestyle and type of way. Like a lot of people party to those songs, even if they didn't listen to Rich Homie Quan necessarily, like college and just being outside, like you said, right? You're gonna hear those songs. So I think it was a lot of that, what you're saying, Ken, more so than just fans or stands of his music.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, because if you play that in the Atlanta club, or shoot, just any South club, it's going to get played. Like that song, like if it's like a throwback night or something, like you're going to play one of those songs. So yeah, it's you know who Rich Homie Quan is. Like, yeah.
All right, man. One more negative story, and then we'll lighten it up. But go ahead, Mike.
Before you move on, real quick, I think a lot of people are also just showing love because it's another young black dude dead versus they don't really care that much about his music. At least that's what I'm in. I mean, I don't know any of Rich Homie Quan's music, but I know who he is. I know he's young, and I know that it's a sad situation. I know he's a father, I know he's a son. It's sad. And I've never seen anything, again, I don't pay attention, but I've never seen anything from Rich Homie Quan that made it sound like he was, quote, in that life or, you know, promoting death or whatever. I don't know what he raps about because I've never really listened. But yeah, when I see it, it's sad. So I think it's the least people can do to throw up a RIP. I don't think it seems fake or anything like that. It's just people know he's an Atlanta staple, and it's sad. I think that's kind of where it starts and ends for a lot of folks.
Gotcha.